Mixed blessings, it had to be. Mixed blessings, you and me. Mixed blessings, I need you day and night. It's black and white. Mixed blessings, it had to be. Mixed blessings, you and me. Mixed blessings, I need you day and night.
Are you still here?
Should I have gone?
Well, it seems to me that a young man of your intelligence should have something better to do than watch television all day.
There's a young man with intelligence in this room.
I was going to go out with Kenny, but he had to go to work.
Oh, pity you couldn't say the same thing.
Oh, Mum, don't start all that again.
I'm not starting it again. I haven't finished from the last time. I just do not believe that you cannot find a job.
Oh, I get offers. You know, there was a fella yesterday telling me about how much money you could make with the right know-how and my personality.
Then why didn't you take it?
Oh, Dad, you don't take work. I mean, you take an apple, you take a drink. But work has to be forced on you. I'm being, cool about it.
Frozen stiff. And where did you meet this gentleman?
Down at the Labour Exchange. His name's Mr. Lampson. He was next to me in the queue.
Brilliant. My good-for-nothing son is going into business with a good-for-nothing. Have you thought of trying the Minorities Placement Bureau? They have a lot of opportunities for blacks.
But my name isn't Black, it's Lambert. I don't want a job just because I'm black. If that's all there was to it, I'd go and work in a coal mine.
I admire this sudden surge of racial pride, but I don't believe it. Picking up the dole is not a way of life. It's time you realize that this country doesn't owe you anything.
Then I must be the only person it does know anything to.
Don't try and be funny with me, Winston. It's people like you that give the black man a bad name. Why should I pay my taxes to keep him, they say?
Who's saying that?
I am. I'm typical of the bone-idle youth of today, just living off social security.
Oh, William.
No, Dad is right. There are too many people just living off the state.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Well, what can I do about it? Who's going to listen to an out-of-work black kid?
Well, I am not. From now on, if you want money for your clothes and your girlfriends, you earn it yourself. And turn that television off. I don't care if you're cleaning windows. Just get out there and start looking for work.
Okay. If that's the way you want it, I shall stay cool. I shall pack, and I shall leave. I shall return working. But still cool.
Winston! I think you were a bit hard on him.
Well, you started it.
Well, you should have let me finish it. I'm back. Oh, hello, Aunt Dorothy.
Hello, Susan. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello.
Have a nice day. Auntie dropped in for lunch.
Lunch? We didn't have anything for lunch.
I think we had tonight's supper. You gave my supper to your aunt.
Yes. Well, I thought you could always nip down into the garden and strip the bark off a tree or grab up a few roots.
Yeah, that's all very well, but those squirrels are getting a little bit annoyed.
Is it that bad?
Well, let's put it like this. We've not gone to get into the Riviera this year. We manage, but with Thomas not working... no, you're not working, are you?
No. I did get 10 replies, though. 4 not suitable, 2 vacancy filled, and 4 will let you know.
Nobody wants a qualified engineer.
Oh, well, that's just the trouble. If I wasn't qualified, I could probably get a job. It's no good being a structural engineer if nobody's structuring. Good. I am a victim of the economy.
Yes. I don't remember having economies when I was young.
Now, look, every job here is for a senior post.
That's the problem. Only seniors retire or drop dead. Juniors don't do that sort of thing.
Postgraduate experience necessary. Several years' experience. Experience desirable.
Well, you've certainly experienced a lot of desires.
Hey, darling, fancy going home?
What do you mean home?
Well, there's a job here in Jamaica.
It might be okay for me, but how am I going to explain you?
Well, if I talk like this all the time, no one's going to notice. Oh, no. The successful applicant will be in his 30s. It's enough to drive you up the wall.
And you didn't even get to build the wall. Never mind, darling. Somebody must be worse off. Yeah, I suppose I'll get it.
I remember my ex-husband was out of work for a while.
Oh? How long?
I don't really know. It was some months before I noticed he was still in the house. I don't suppose it can do your ego much good with Susan bringing in what money there is.
Ah, well, that's women's live, isn't it? The men of today have learned to live with it.
I don't think your father would agree.
Oh, he would if he had a young wife at 22.
Oh, I think that'd kill him. If he could remember what to do.
Da-da-da-da-da-da, boom!
Hi, brother. Hi, Auntie. Stay cool.
It is very good to see you. It is not good to see that case.
It's a cool situation. Don't panic.
Oh, I'm not panicking. I think I'm going to panic in a minute, but so far I'm cool.
You see, the situation is this. Dad and I have had a difference of opinion over my current status, which makes it impossible for us to share the same roof.
And what exactly is your current status?
I think the words he used were bone idle. So I thought if I'm not welcome there, I'll go somewhere where I am welcome.
Ah, good thinking. Get out.
Is it because I'm black?
Thomas, it's just a passing family row. You can at least stay the night.
We haven't been married long enough to take in lodgers.
I suppose I could offer to let him stay with me, but I don't think Mrs. Beasley upstairs would like it.
And Mrs. Beasley ain't gonna get it.
Look, he can sleep here on the settee.
Oh, well, all right then. But keep your head down and don't put your face up against the window, or you spoil my chances of joining the National Front.
Since when did you decide to join the National Front, Mr. Simpson?
Since he moved in here with that case.
I knew I should have brought a white case.
I'll get it this time.
Oh, Mrs. Wilson, I was just making sure everything was all right. Was that Susan's brother that came in?
Yes, it was, Mrs. Beasley.
Only he was so dark in the passage.
He is also dark in the lounge. But it was nice of you to inquire.
Well, I do try.
My word, you do. Thank you so much. I think I'll write to the Ministry of Defence about Mrs. Beasley. The woman has a built-in early warning system.
Well then, you really intend to find a job?
There's a place at the office for a general dog's body, if you're not too fussy.
I was thinking of something a little bit more romantic than social work.
Oh, all right, then what do you really want to do?
I'd like to learn to write.
Oh, like, K-A-T spells cat.
I mean, writing. Plays, essays, novels. Like George Bernard Shaw.
Oh, that's all this country needs, a black Irishman.
So, we could be in the presence of greatness.
Oh, you are. But I'm out of work too.
Winston, you've never written a thing.
I have. I was going to do another Roots. You know, go back into my family tree.
Oh, I'm so glad you didn't say that when Annie was here.
So why didn't you do it?
I couldn't get past this generation. My dad won't even admit he knows me.
Well, if you can't go home till you're working, what are you going to do?
Well, first of all, I'll join the union.
Oh? Which union?
All of them. Because there'll always be at least one of them on strike, which will give me an excuse never to go to work.
I think Mrs. Beasley spotted someone.
The mother's coming.
That'll be the black mother, of course.
Oh, yes. I called the white one Mrs. Simpson.
Well, try calling the black one Mrs. Lambert.
Hello, Dorothy.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, hello, Mrs. Black. Oh, Lambert? Oh, dear. What's with her?
I think she was rather surprised to hear you speak English.
Hello, Susan. Hello, Thomas.
Mum.
We're having a jumble sale, and I just came by to see if there was anything useless you wanted to get rid of. And I see there is.
Now, Mum, don't get all worked up.
No, because the word work is a sore point around here.
Oh, things still bad with you, then?
Oh, we manage. We just don't have much left for the little luxuries.
Like food. You know, it wouldn't hurt you to ask your father to find you something in the bank.
Oh, like all that money they leave lying around?
Are you coming home?
No, I do not want my father to have a son that causes him any embarrassment. With son-in-laws, it's okay. I am staying.
Now, you better get that big fat rear moving, or I'll move it for you. With my foot.
Oh, God, you mean he's really going to stay?
Oh, be sociable, Thomas. It's only till Winston finds a job, just for a year or two.
Well, it's nice to see you all. Are you all going to stay for supper?
We've eaten supper, remember?
Yes. I'll get some fish and chips.
I'll pay for it. I'll get my bag.
No, I'll get it.
Oh, why don't you all go? Then we can eat tomorrow as well.
Well, it's happened to you like it happens to the rest of them, Thomas. The blacks is moving in.
I'm going to have to get you a job. Doing what? Oh, I know. If there was another 10 of you and another 10 of me, lying side by side like this, we could get a job as a pedestrian crossing.
These blessings, it had to be.
Oh, Mrs. Wilson. That young black man was still here this morning. He must have stayed the night.
Yes. Just think, Mrs. Beasley. It was only the thickness of the floorboards that stopped you sleeping with a black man.
Yes, but are they all moving in?
Not all of them. I don't think Muhammad Ali will be here for a while yet.
Oh, good. I'll watch out for him.
Yes, do. Hello, Dorothy. Hello. You decided to come.
Well, it was the least one could do after you phoned and told me that Thomas was still looking for a job.
Yes, well, unemployment is an occupational hazard among the youth of today.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Do me a favour. Don't say banana boat.
I won't.
Yes, I suppose it's even more difficult for you being black. I mean, you hadn't been trained, have you, educationally?
Oh, it's not the training. It's the desire he needs.
Sister of mine, a young man of my talents needs a special job, something exciting, stimulating, maybe with travel.
Oh, well, if you're interested in travel, have you thought of London transport? I mean, there's a lot of you black... them.
Winston's not that sort. Those are the real blacks.
You mean I'm not real?
I think Edward's saying that you're rather different from most of the black people he's come in contact with.
You can say that again.
Well, how about British Rail? The numbers there are even worse. Better.
Annie, Winston doesn't want to work for British Railways, standing around all day doing nothing. I'm sure he's a very ambitious young man.
True. And one of my ambitions is to find a job where I can stand around all day doing nothing.
And how about sitting around all day doing nothing?
Oh, that's even better.
Yes, well, whatever. I'm sure that something will turn up for you.
I hope so.
Yes, well, Thomas, I know that you like to be independent, but there is a vacancy in one of our banks. It's a nothing job, sort of filing clerk, but it'll bring in a few pounds for the time being.
Yes, well, look, the thing is
there
this.
must be something better than that for Thomas. He's educated.
It's a case of necessity, Mum. I mean, he's written hundreds of letters, but nobody wants him. Except me.
But you're so intelligent and capable and nice.
Maybe you should write to your mother.
Well, it's the state of the economy, Mum. The only place I might get a job is in Jamaica.
You can't go to Jamaica. They're all black there. I mean, more than they are here. Well, I mean, they're a different sort of
By
black.
the bell.
Yes, well, as I was saying, Thomas, you can't sit on your... I mean, you can't sit here all day. You must do something.
Yes, well, that's very difficult with him around all the time.
But I didn't do anything last night.
No, that's just the trouble. With you out here not doing anything, Susan and I were in the bedroom not doing anything.
I didn't quite follow that, Thomas.
Hello, everybody.
Mrs. Lambert.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Lambert.
Hello, excuse me. How do you do?
Well, you've come to take Winston away with you, I hope.
I wouldn't mind putting him away. No, I was talking to William about you, and he's got something to tell you. William, have you got something to tell Thomas?
Well, it's just that if you need a job to help out, just temporary, one of our offices has a vacancy for a filing clerk.
I wonder what it is that's killing off filing club.
It's very good of you to think of me, Dad.
I was thinking of Susan.
Oh, Dad, you can't be nice even when you're being nice.
Well, we do appreciate that, Mr.
Lambert.
I know that. I'm not trying to remember his name. I'm trying to phrase something. Mr. Lambert has obviously gone to a lot of trouble, and I didn't want to disappoint him by telling him that I've already found a job for Thomas.
Oh, good. Oh, that's all right then.
How disappointed can you get?
No, it might be that Mr.
Goldstein?
Yes, has a better offer.
Oh, nonsense. You wouldn't want to work in the insurance business.
What's wrong with the insurance business?
Well, it may be all right for some, but I wouldn't want my son to do it.
You don't think your son should work for a black man?
Oh, being black is unimportant. It's simply...
Unimportant?
William, you can say whatever you want sitting down.
You see, I think Mr. Simpson means that insurance is unimportant.
You are unimportant.
You see, it's just that you insurance Johnnies spend all your time selling people something they don't want.
What about the banks? They spend their time refusing people something they do want.
You know, there's something macabre making a living out of disaster. I mean, some insurance agent comes along, sells you a policy, you never see him again till you're dead.
What about bank managers? You can never get to see them at all.
I must have missed something. What did you decide?
Annie, you keep out of this. This is men's talk.
In my experience, that's when you need help the most.
Well, Thomas, you've been offered 2 jobs. Which one will you take?
Yes. Which one?
Oh, suddenly you do want him to work for you.
Well, it's a matter of principle.
Well, which job do you want?
Me?
I said I'd get you a job, now you've got 2.
What about you?
It's either me out of work or him out of here, and I prefer the latter.
He can't work for me. He's my son.
That's really cool, Dad. That's the first time you've ever admitted it in public.
Dad, what has being your son got to do with it?
It's a very delicate subject. In my position, I have to be very careful how many blacks I employ without appearing prejudiced. If he's my son as well, it looks bad.
But Thomas is your son-in-law.
Yes, but nobody's going to believe that.
Well, then, you can take my dad's job. He said it was a nothing job, just right for you.
Oh, that's cruel.
Ah, yes. No, I'm not sure that they'd take Winston. No. I mean, if it was me, it would be fine. But I mean, he's a fine lad, in spite of being black. Oh, but no. No, it doesn't rest with me. They have a sort of quota. You understand?
Oh, well, if you've already got your quota of handsome young men.
No, he means because you're black. That's what you meant, isn't it?
Yes. No. It's simply that one likes to put things better without embarrassing people.
Well, perhaps if you said what you meant, it might not be so embarrassing.
That's what I say. I believe in calling a spade a spade.
Oh, my God.
Maybe it's better your way.
Whatever way you put it, you're telling me that my son couldn't possibly work for you just because he's black.
No, I'm not.
If I may intervene, Mr. Lambert, I don't know why I asked permission. I'm going to intervene anyway, but... Aren't you saying the same thing about your job?
Yes. You're saying if Winston was white and wasn't your son, he could have the job.
It's not just that. He's always telling me how to run my home.
Me?
And I'm not having him tell me how to run my business as well.
No, we can't have him doing it. I'll do it. You can disown him. Give him the job.
No, just a minute, Mum. I may not want the job.
Winston, you want that job.
I want the job? Oh, boy, do I want that job.
All right. But just one word out of place and you're fired.
Okay, Dad, look, you just have to play it cool. Or do I call you sir?
You see what I mean?
Well then, a perfect ending.
Hey, what's perfect? Are you going to take the job in the bank?
No, I'm going to take the job at your place as a dog's body.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You can't come and work for me.
Is it because I'm white?
No. It's because I wouldn't be able to concentrate on my work with you around.
Oh, good.
Now, look here, Thomas, you might as well earn yourself a few pounds at the bank. After all, it's only temporary.
Ah, now look, jobs like that start off by being temporary and end up by being permanent. They become a habit, like women. Ah, only kidding.
Well, all I'm saying is that man is the breadwinner. The husband works, the wife stays at home. That is the way it is with your mother and me. And we're very happy with it.
Are we?
Well, of course we are.
That's an order.
Personally, I couldn't care less what Thomas does as long as Susan works. I didn't send my daughter to college to stay at home being a housewife.
Oh, what about me?
Well, it's a different generation. The woman of today is independent.
Well, maybe the woman of yesterday would like a little independence. How about if I took the job instead of Winston?
Yeah, how about that?
You can't do that job. You are a woman.
Well, what kind of a job is this? You can't take it if you're white. You can't take it if you're black. You can't take it if you're a woman. Who do you employ? Performing seals?
All I'm saying is that in a civilized society, may I include us in that as well?
Of course, of course.
Thank you. If a man earns enough to keep a wife, he keeps her. At home.
Exactly.
So we finally find something you two have in common. You're both arrogant, selfish males. And I'm calling a spade a spade.
Not at all. I'm just being practical. Good Lord, when they have children, Susan will stay at home.
Ah, but they're not going to have children. You see, they've discovered this infallible system of birth control.
Oh, what's that?
Me. When I'm here, nothing happens.
Come on, Winston, you're going home. You've got to be up in the morning for work.
And I want you in a tie.
A tie? A tie? I'll kill you for this, Simpson.
Go away, Winston, so that Thomas and I can have children.
You're not having a baby yet, are you?
No. But it's good fun practicing.